no blacks on jury hurt because they know put your hands on me and see it's a warning provocation. And see, the thing is, man, it's not necessarily about black people, because if you get enough black engineers and black doctors and black no people on the jury, you're gonna get the same result. Okay, you all misunderstand. Let me run this down to you. A lot of black people are tired of these YNs themselves. There's a lot of black people watching this channel right now. This wouldn't even be a racial issue. Wouldn't even be a racial issue if we're in a situation where a young black boy stabbed another black boy, right? And it was all black jury, and it was a fist fight, and it resulted in that. They might go to jail too. Black people are not these liberal group of people. We don't believe in that. Might not have gave them 35 years, but black people are tired of that too. Everybody's tired of that. Okay? Everybody's tired of the behavior. Look, I love black people. I love you. I love you. And I know it's black people that love black people here too, but sometimes you got to love people from a distance. Am I telling the truth? Do you want to be around that? Some of this behavior that we see going on, these teen takeovers, somebody type teen takeover in the chat room. Aren't y'all, some of y'all shout out to Greg L. Again. We tired of it. Just like black people were tired of it in the 1990s, and that's why they supported Clinton on that tough on crime 1995 crime bill. We tired of it. You got a bunch of emotional kids running around here thinking they can do whatever the hell they want to do, and they are doing it. They just turning the city upside down. They turning it, making everything hard for everybody. And then these people grow up and become adults, and you still got to deal with them. I'm just saying. I told you guys this before. There's a reason why a lot of these black people watch these racist conservative commentators like Nick Fuentes. They don't like him. They don't like what he's saying. They don't like coming out of his mouth. Same thing with Charlie Kirk. The reason because they want somebody to say it. When you tell black people, hey, look, man, we need to get ourselves, they call you a sellout and all that other stuff. So you can't say anything. They just shut you down. But we have to address this issue. Absolutely. Look, if you're a young black man, you got to learn to control yourself. You can't go off on somebody and escalate just because somebody put their hands on it. That's over emotional. You're a man. You need to conduct yourself like a man. There's a reason to fight. There's a reason to defend yourself, but there's consequences. Period. And you can't be out here being no punk or being scary. You just escalate to a gun or a knife or something. You take somebody's life because you scared. It's okay to be scared. Fight anyway. That's part of being a man. And I'm not saying that Karmelo was a bad kid. For all intents and purposes, he's a good kid. No criminal record until his conviction. Good grades, good school. But look at his life now. Look at his life now. For all you black people who think, oh yeah, he was justified. Was it worth it? See, let me go ahead and give y'all this. See, this is why I need everybody to understand something. I have 3 sons. See those pictures back there? Those are my children. No daughters. I got 3 sons. I got an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And when I send my sons out to some school function, like a track meet, I don't expect none of them to come home in a body bag. I don't expect to get a phone call from the police station telling me my son is caught a murder charge either. So before anybody gets cute with the conversation, can we all agree that what happened was extreme? A 17-year-old boy is dead, irrespective of his color, and another 17-year-old boy This guy convicted of murder, and he's going to prison for 35 years. That's extreme. Now, here's the honest part. What I say publicly about my son and what I say to my son behind closed doors are two different things. Publicly, I'm defending my son. Publicly, I'm saying he feared for his life. Publicly, I'm saying he was under imminent threat. Publicly, I'm saying he was surrounded. He was sitting down, somebody bigger put hands on him, and he reacted because he believed he had to protect himself. And that's what I'm saying publicly, because that's my son. But behind closed doors, I'm having a completely different conversation. Behind closed doors, I'm asking him what the hell he was thinking. I'm asking him why he sat there and let his ego write a check that his ass couldn't cash. I'm asking him why, if they asked him to leave, he didn't get his ass up and leave. And excuse my language. Why he didn't just get up and walk away? Or if he felt that serious about it, why did he just get on up and put in fight? Put your hands up. I'm asking him why in the hell why'd you bring the knife in the first place? Why did the push turn into a knife fight? I'm asking him why another 17-year-old boy had to die because he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of some girls or his friends or some athletes under a tent. Let's be real. He wasn't getting stomped out on the ground. Was Karmelo Anthony getting stomped out? Yeah, he might have had some other people from the other team around him. They weren't 4 or 5 deep kicking him in the throat and the head. I've been there before. This is another teenager. This wasn't some grown man attacking a child. Yeah, one kid had a little bit bigger, but that's life. One kid's a little smaller. Okay. They're both still kids. If my son played football and ran track, I'm asking him, you mean to tell me you never been hit on the football field? You never been pushed or knocked down on the football field? You ain't never had to handle somebody bigger than you before? Because see, in my mind, if you've been on the football field, you know exactly what physical contact feels like. And you know it's not going to kill you. So behind closed doors, I'm not letting him hide behind fear without asking some hard questions. And that's not me saying he didn't have a legal defense. I'm not saying that. That's not me saying the jury shouldn't hear self-defense. That's not me saying Austin Metcalf had a right to put his hands on my son. He didn't. Look, you don't get to walk up on somebody and put hands on them and try to move them and then get shocked when things escalate. But as a father, let me say this, as a responsible father who loves my children and wants the best for them and don't want them to get 35 years in prison or any other children get that, I'm still asking my son why he let it get there as a man. I'm asking him why he didn't get up and leave. I'm asking him why he didn't fight with his hands. I'm asking him why he pulled out a knife over a teenage schoolyard fight. Look, somebody could have got pushed, somebody could have got punched, somebody could have got embarrassed, but at least everybody would have went home alive. And that's the kind of conversation fathers have to have behind closed doors with their sons. Look, man, maybe I raised my sons different than you all. One of the craziest things I told my children that is more important to learn how to fight than read. This is when they were 4 years old. And I'm sure they was like, that's not what everybody else is telling us. Daddy. But I believe that my sons needed to know how to defend themselves. That's why I put them in martial arts. I got my two oldest boys, both of them about to be third-degree black belts in Shotokan. They have second-degree black belts in Kung Fu. One of them has a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Hell, my wife got a second stripe blue belt in jiu-jitsu. We all know how to get down. My baby boy, he's soft as a cotton swab. I got him out there fighting too. Because I believe it's more important to know how to defend yourself than read. That's one of my mantras. That's why I put everybody in my house in martial arts. You got to fight around here. Because I don't want nobody in my house, especially my son, walking around scared. Walking through the world scared. I don't want them thinking every conflict requires a weapon for them to defend themselves. I don't want them thinking that a black eye is the end of the world, or a busted lip, or a broken tooth is gonna just end their life. Sometimes you gotta fight. Sometimes you're gonna lose a fight. Sometimes you're gonna get embarrassed. Sometimes you're gonna take an L. But at least you live to talk about it. That's life. But you don't put somebody in the ground because they push you unless you honestly believe you're about to suffer serious harm. That's the line. And that's what makes this case hard. Because publicly, I understand the self-defense argument. I should. I've been practicing law for 26 years. I detest the criminal practice of law. I practiced criminal law with my daddy. Didn't like not one of them. Got 3 acquittals working with my daddy. He did it for 36 years. I don't like none of that. So I understand the self-defense argument. Hell, I used to work at the courthouse. You know, when y'all, the prisoners would send that jail mail to the courthouse, as a young clerk, it'd come to me. I'll review the case. You out of here. Look, even the facts of the situation. I understand the rain. I understand the tent. I understand the size difference. I understand the fact that Karmelo was sitting there minding his business and Austin was standing over him. I understand the argument that Austin shoved him like a linebacker. I get it. I understand all that. But privately, as a father, and this is not just about fathers, mothers too. As a father, as a parent, son, your ego got you here. And some of y'all listening to me right now got yourselves in situations because your ego got you there. Some of you grown-ups, some of you so-called grown-ups out there right now. Just like this child, your ego made you sit there when you should have got yourself up and walked away. Your ego had you still talking and made you stay in that confrontation that didn't even need to continue. Your ego made you think losing this fight was worse than losing your future. Somebody typed 35 years in the chat room. Look at the result. Look at the result. One family had to plan a funeral. Another family is planning an appeal for their child. That boy mama gonna be dead when he get out of prison, if he gets out. Because there's a whole nother level of savages in there. I bet they gonna push you. That little boy probably ain't never even been with a woman. He's never even been with a woman. And he's going to prison for the next 35 years at 19. Look at the result. Was it worth it? Huh? Was it worth it? He's going to be damn near 60 when he gets out of prison. All the best years of his life gone. Was it worth it? Calling me a goddamn sellout and all these names because I'm trying to tell y'all dumb behinds not to do this dumb. This is how the system works. Was it worth it? Do you want that for your son? Huh? Do you want it for yourself? That's why I keep saying this case is extreme all the way around. Look, man, I don't care what color Austin Metcalf is. He didn't deserve to die. And on the flip side, Karmelo Anthony doesn't deserve to have people pretend he had no right to defend himself. Both things can be true at the same time. You can believe Karmelo had a self-defense argument and had the right to still defend himself and still say the outcome is insane. You can believe Austin shouldn't have put hands on Karmelo and still say a knife over a push is a life-destroying decision. I'm going to defend my son publicly. You should defend your child publicly and still discipline him privately, because this ain't always a situation that leads to death. You got some kids right now. Y'all got some kids right now that's dealing with some BS. Somebody hit you, you hit them back harder. Okay. That's what you told your child, right? How many of you all were told that? Somebody hit you, you hit them back harder. What does that lead to? Has that helped the black community? Does that sound like de-escalation? Do we need more of that in the black community? I'm just asking. Somebody type black on black crime. Do we need more of that in the community? Has that helped us? Has that philosophy really helped advance black society over the past 100 years? I don't think so. Most of y'all are missing this conversation. Everybody wants to pick a side and act like the other side has no point. But fathers know better. Good parents know better. Mothers know better. Because if Austin Metcalf were my son, I'd be destroyed that he didn't come home. If Karmelo Anthony was my son, I'd be fighting for him. But I'd still be asking the hard questions. And if I had other children, I'd be talking to them. Because at the end of the day, two families lost something. One family lost a child forever. The other may lose their child in prison for decades. And all of this started over a rainstorm, a tent, a teenage ego on both sides, and a conflict that never should have gone that far. This is Dennis Sperling, also known as Uncle D. You guys appreciate your time here you spent with me. I certainly do appreciate it. I know this is a hard one. My condolences to Austin Metcalf's family, and my sympathies to Karmelo Anthony's family. As far as the rest of society, I think we need to realize that we can tear this country apart if we want to. We can let racial strife and this caste system cause for us to be on each other's necks if we want to. But we ain't got nowhere else to go. You white folks, them Europeans don't even like you. They don't want you there. Black Americans, you think we welcome back in Africa? Do you think they want us to come back to Ghana? Huh? Oh, maybe we'll go back. You want to go to the Caribbean? You think they want us there? Nope. Y'all better learn to get along. We've been here almost 500 years. I understand the racial undertones, but we better learn to get along. We don't have anywhere else to go. And we got people looking at America that want to destroy America. They don't like us. For whatever reason. They don't like us, whatever. They don't like none of us. You better learn to get along. Nevertheless, God bless you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for time.